The start of this strange tale happened when a British merchant ship was passing through the desolate Atlantic Ocean. The captain's attention went to a ship far away that was neither moving forward nor responding to their signals. After passing by, it was found that this ship was standing alone in the desolate ocean, only relying on the waves. The surprising thing was that inside the ship, all the crew's belongings, food, drink, and all cargo were completely safe and sound. But what was not there was the crew, who had disappeared from there without a trace. This is the story of Mary Celeste, which has been puzzling historians for the past 150 years, and no one knows without the ocean. Welcome once again, viewers, to Shadowed Facts Video. This ship was built in Canada in 1861, and at that time, it was named Amazon. In its initial journey, it faced minor accidents, which is why this ship was quite famous for accidents. However, it hadn't faced any major incidents yet. Changing ownership several times, when it came into the possession of Captain Benjamin Briggs, it was named Mary Celeste. It was a pleasant day on 7th November 1872 in New York, and this ship named Mary Celeste was standing at the shore, and goods were being loaded onto it. 1,700 barrels of ethanol were being loaded onto Mary Celeste, which was not for drinking but industrial use. These barrels had to be taken from New York City to Genoa, Italy via the Atlantic Ocean. A total of 10 people were aboard this ship, including the ship's captain, Benjamin Spooner Briggs, his wife, and their 2-year-old daughter, along with 7 crew members. Before starting the journey, there was no problem of any kind on the ship, and so it easily set off on its journey without any hindrance. This journey was approximately 7,500 kilometers long, and normally at that time, such a long journey would take many days or even many weeks. Remember, there were no advanced communication devices at that time to establish contact with the captain. 3 weeks had passed since Mary Celeste left New York, and after several weeks of usual waiting, the anticipation of its arrival in Genoa was increasing. But even after such a long time, there was no trace of Mary Celeste, until other ships that had left New York after it started reaching Genoa. Now the worry was increasing as to why Mary Celeste had not reached its destination even after so many weeks. 10 days after Mary Celeste's departure, another British ship had to leave New York and go to Gibraltar via the same route. This was a British merchant ship named Dei Gratia, which after several weeks reached near the Azores Islands on 4th December 1872. This is a part of the ocean where nothing is visible except the blue sky and the ocean. There, the ship's captain saw a ship standing far away in the ocean. The captain noticed that the ship was not moving forward in the water, but was standing still in one place. Seeing such a sight in this part of the ocean made the captain suspicious, and he sent several signals from a distance. But when no reply came from the other side, the captain decided to go closer. On getting closer, it was found that this was none other than the ship of his friend, Mary Celeste, which had left New York a month ago. Mary Celeste was found standing alone 1,800 kilometers away from Gibraltar in the Atlantic Ocean, with no sign of any activity on it. The captain of Dei Gratia sent crew members to Mary Celeste, where they were surprised to see that there was no one on the ship. A month ago, it had left with 10 people, but now where had they disappeared in the middle of the ocean? This question was now bothering the captain of Dei Gratia. Initially, they thought that some accident had happened on the ship, but when they examined Mary Celeste, they found the entire ship completely intact. All the belongings of the captain and his family, and even the clothes of the crew members, were found in an untouched state. Not only that, but the goods they were taking to Genoa were also completely safe and sound. Even the food stock for the crew on the ship was still present as it was. After a little more checking, a logbook was found from the captain's room. This logbook used to be kept by ship captains at that time, in which details about the ship's maintenance were written. In that logbook, the last entry made by Mary Celeste's captain was on the morning of 25th November at 8 o'clock, which means that even 10 days before the ship was found in this state. This ship had been standing in the desolate Atlantic Ocean. The captain of Dei Gratia saw all this but couldn't understand. Meanwhile, his eyes fell on the lifeboat section, where he did not find the lifeboat. This could only mean one thing. Something must have happened on the ship, and everyone must have fled in the lifeboat to save their lives. The navigation instruments were also missing from the captain's cabin, and they found a sword under his bed in a band cover, indicating that there had been no attack on the ship. Otherwise, the sword would have been out of its cover or not present there at all. Besides the logbook, other documents were also found there. Another thing noticed was that the ship's cabin was wet from everywhere, and in many places, 1.5 to 2 feet of water was also standing. But this was not enough to harm a ship of this size. Let me inform you that according to international salvage law, if anyone rescues any ship, they will be given a reward according to the value of the ship. Taking advantage of this law, the captain of Dei Gratia took Mary Celeste to Gibraltar, where the authorities kept the ship with them until the court hearings were completed. The court conducted its investigation, but even after the court hearings, no clue could be found. Even the court hearings couldn't solve this case, so people started making various statements. Some said that celestial beings took the crew of Mary Celeste, and some said that some ocean monster attacked them. Among all these statements, one thing was true, that since Mary Celeste was built, incidents kept happening to it. Once it collided with another ship, but despite minor damage, that ship sank. Then when Mary Celeste was brought to the port for repairs, it caught fire even before the repairs could start. Once, before going on a journey, its captain suddenly fell ill and died. Due to all these incidents, it began to be believed that Mary Celeste was haunted, which was why the latest incident happened. Since then, Mary Celeste started being called a ghost ship. But what really happened that day? There are some theories about it which we will review one by one. The first theory is about betrayal. Many people say that the captain of Dei Gratia killed the entire crew to get the salvage law reward or staged the whole drama. But the thing to think about is that if this had happened, there would have been some signs of bloodshed on the ship. Either Dei Gratia left no trace behind and erased all the signs, or this theory is wrong. The second theory is very interesting. In this theory, it is said that there were 1,700 barrels of alcohol on the ship. But when this ship was taken to the authorities, 9 barrels were missing. It could be that some barrels of alcohol had exploded, causing the crew members to escape in the lifeboat. But there was no sign of any explosion or fire in the area where these barrels were stored. The third theory reveals that the ship might have been caught in a sea storm and started filling with water. Seeing this, the captain decided to evaluate the ship, and then they all escaped in a small lifeboat. Such a small lifeboat could not withstand the sea waves and took everyone's lives. This theory seemed quite plausible, but it was just a theory. There are many theories, but none could be proven with evidence. Even after more than 150 years, this mystery has not been solved. What happened to Mary Celeste? Under what circumstances the captain left the ship? And where did they all go? This secret perhaps went with Captain Benjamin Briggs. I hope you will give lots of likes and shares to this Shadowed Facts video. See you in the next amazing video.